suffer to be so now, thus it becomes us to feel righteousness. It is written, man shall not live bread alone, but every word that proceeds out the mouth of God. Again shall attempt the Lord of God. Get can Satan was written, the shall shield Lord of God, and he most shall serve, repent, for the kingdom of heaven not can't. Follow me, and I'll make you fishers of men. Bless the Holy Spirit, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Those that come on, shall comfort, bless the meek, shall inherit the earth. Bless God who hunger and thirst after righteousness, they shall refill it. Bless the merciful, they shall obtain mercy. Bless the pure heart, they shall see God. Bless the peacemakers, they shall be called sons of God. Bless the persecuted for the righteousness' sake, there is the kingdom of heaven. Bless even when they revile, persecute you, and shall say, all men are evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be sing glad, great is your reward which in heaven, for so they persecute the prophets which were before ye. You saw the earth, you saw the say, where is it besotted, and not good for nothing, but with their own other put of pen. You light the world, the city you set on the hill cannot be hid. And there is a man light a candle and put it under a bushel, but the candlestick, and gives light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, and they can see good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. They cannot come to destroy the law or the prophets, not come to destroy but to fulfill. What I'm saying, you till heaven and earth pass one jot or one title, so the rest pass away from the law, till all be fulfilled. The rest therefore shall break one of these commandments, and shall teach men so because the listening of heaven, so shall do and teach, so because the great of heaven. What I'm saying to you, except the righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, shall not cause to enter the kingdom of heaven. It was advised them in all times, not kill, whoever shall kill shall not judge of judgment. But I say to you, whoever shall anger his brother shall not judge judgment. Whoever shall say to his brother, Rack, shall not your counsel. Whoever shall say to the bull shall not your fire. Therefore, when you bring gift to the altar, then remember that your brother has out against you. Leave a gift of altar, and go your way. First be reconciled to your brother, and come and offer a gift. Agree with your adversary quickly while in way with him. In time your adversary can deliver to the judge can deliver to the officer, and you can cast into prison. What I'm saying to you, you shall not come on thence, you can speak other mercy of parsing. Court possessed with them, you shall not commit adultery. What I'm saying to you, whoever shall look at the woman to us, after her has already committed adultery in his heart. Right eye to find you, pluck it out, cast from you, for it's faithful, for it evil for you, that one of thy members shall perish, but the whole body shall be cast into hell. Right hand to find you, cut off, cast from you. For it's evil for you, that one of thy members shall perish, but the whole body shall be cast into hell. It has been said, whoever free his wife, let him give your writing of the horseman. But I say to you, whoever free his wife, same for the cause of fornication. How is her to commit adultery, whoever marry her, divorce commit adultery. Short, it was said with them all time, shall not forswear yourself, but reform unto the Lord and oaths. But I say to you, fear not all. Whether by heaven, where is God's throne? Where is God's throne? Not by earth, He is footstool, and by Jerusalem, where is the city of the great King. As here by your head, because you cannot make one hair black or white. Let your communication will be yea, yea, nay, nay, whatsoever more than this comes from evil. Short, it was said with them, eye for the eye, tooth for the tooth. Saying to you, do not resist evil. Thrust my tooth in the right cheek, put him another also. Restore the law, take away a coat, let him have a clock also. And whosoever shall compel you to go a mile goes in fine. Give him that ask you, and from him that will borrow of you, do not turn away from him. Short, it was said by them, you shall love your neighbor, hate your enemy. By saying to you, you shall love your enemies. Bless them and curse you, do good and hate you, or pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be as sons of your Father which in heaven, who raised his Son and good and evil, send his rain and just and unjust. For if you love them which love you, what reward have you? Do not even publicans do so? If you salute your brethren only, what more than this? Do not even Gentiles do so? Be thou perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. Take heed that you not your alms before men to be seen of them, otherwise you have no reward of your Father which in heaven. Therefore, when you does your alms, do not sound trumpet before you, as hypocrites do in synagogues and streets, they may be seen of men, well saying to you to have their words. But he, when you does your alms, let not your left hand know what your right hand does, that your alms may be in secret, and your Father which is in secret shall reward you openly. When you praise, do not be the hypocrites. They love praise standing synagogues, corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men, well saying to you to have their words. But even when you pray, stand in your closet, when you cry, shut your door. Pray to your Father, which is in secret, and your Father, which is in secret, shall reward you openly. When you pray, do not make repetitions as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Do not be therefore following of them, for your Father knows what you have need before you ask him. This manner therefore pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. We forgive men their trespasses. Your heavenly Father will also forgive your trespasses. You shall not forgive men their trespasses. Your heavenly Father shall not forgive your trespasses. And your fasts, do not be as the hypocrites of set countenance, for they fear their faces, they may appear unto the men to fast. Well, saying to you, they have their words. But you in the fastest, anoint your head and wash your face, that you may not appear unto the men to fast. And your Father which is in secret, and your Father which is in secret shall reward you openly. Lay not up for yourselves treasures up the earth, where most rust does corrupt, where thieves break, throws, and steal. Lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where most rust does not corrupt, where thieves do not break, throw, nor steal. Where a treasure is, there will a heart be also. The light of the body's eye, if your eye be single, the light of the body's eye, if your eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. If your eye be evil, the whole body shall be full of darkness. Yes, therefore the light, which will be darkness. How great is the darkness? No man can serve two masters. Whither way he will case the one who loves the other, or else he holds the one who despises the other, who cannot serve God and Mammon. They therefore know such for life, saying, what shall they eat, what shall they drink, and their body how shall clothe it down. It's not their life more than meat, but as their raiment. He holds the Father of the air. They sow not theirs that eat not give their browns, but the care of the Father fears them, and not much more as they. What through you, but they can at one cupid and start to read. And why take your for the raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They told not that they are spin by saying to you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrived like one of these. If God so clothes the grass, which they east tomorrow accustomed to omen, how much more he clothes you, O little face. Therefore no such for life saying, what shall we eat, what shall we drink, and everybody, how shall we be clothed? How shall we be clothed? For after all the things you tell think. But think first for the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all the things shall be added to you. Therefore no self for the morrow, for the morrow shall take that for the think of itself. Sufficient unto the day is evil thereof. Judge not that you will not be judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged, and with what measure you meet, it will be measured to you again. And why behold you the mote in your brother's eye, and consider not the beam in your own eye? Or how will you say to your brother, what will blow the mote out from your eye, and behold the beam in your own eye? O hypocrite, blow the beam out from your own eye, and then shall thou see clearly to cast out the mote out from your brother's eye. Give not that which is called unto his dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and chew again and rend you. Ask, and it shall be given unto you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receives, he that seeketh findeth, he that knocketh will be opened unto him. Which of you that a man, when his son asketh him bread, will give him a stone? When he asketh him fish, will give him a serpent? Therefore, when you being evil know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more your heavenly Father will give good gifts to them that ask him. Therefore, whatsoever you would that men shall do to you, you so to them, this shall the prophets. Enter a straight gate. For wide the gate and broad the way which is destruction, and many go in thereat. So straight the gate and narrow the way which is unto life. Few there be that find it. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep clothing, but in barley and raiment wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree brings forth good fruit, but corrupt tree brings forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, and a corrupt tree brings forth good fruit. Every tree which not bring forth good fruit is hewn down and cast in the fire, wherefore you will know them by their fruits. Not everyone that says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter in the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father. Men shall come to me that they will say, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in thy name? Have I not cast out devils in thy name? Have I not done many wondrous works in thy name? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you, depart from me who work unlawfully. Therefore everyone that heareth this saying of mine, and does them, I shall liken unto the wise man, which built his house up on the rock, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat up his house. It fell not, for it was founded upon the rock. But everyone that hears is saying, my does not shall be likened unto the foolish man, which built house on the sand, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat up his house, it fell, and great was fell of it. The Lord is my shepherd, shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures, he restores my soul. He leadeth me on paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yes, though I go through the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me. You prepared for me the table in presence of my enemies. You anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Do not render evil for evil. Love your enemies. If your enemy hungry, give him food. Thirsty, give him drink. By doing so, your foot cut coils on his head. Do not be overcome by evil, evil overcome by good. Two pennies of poor widow to remember. She gave more than all. They gave what she gave what she had for one day, but she from leftovers they gave. And two horns of the Joseph to remember. Those nations of quality of Ephraim and Manasseh, whosoever do not care about his own household is worse than infidel. God is love, God of all, Lord, and Father of all, and peace and Israel is inhabitant of Jerusalem. And everywhere where Jews, Hebrew, is scattered by the Lord God to for all synagogues or temples which I attended, or house of worship with remembering Yahushua HaMashiach of Sabaoth, in other words, about our Creator, who remember it, that building, that those congregants. Shalom, God is love.